Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, students. Hope you are doing okay. You're welcome back to our channel. Today we are looking at quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. We've looked at indices, we've looked at integer equation, and now we're looking at quadratic equation. Actually, the word quadratic simply means something raised to the power of 2. The degree is 2. Okay, so um, there are different methods of solving quadratic equation. There are different methods, especially those of you who are just finished your junior WAEC or GSS3 and you are now coming into SS1. In your J3, you remember, you did quadratic expression. It wasn't equation then, it was an expression. You were not told to solve, you were told to simplify. Okay, but now you will be told to solve, so you will get an entity value. Now, coming to what we have here, there are about 4 methods. Number 1 is factorization method. Number 2 is completing the square method. Number 3 is the formula method, what a lot of students call almighty formula. There's no almighty there. Number 4 is graphical method. These are the 4 methods of evaluating quadratic expression. So I will begin with factorization method. And in this video or in the subsequent video, I will also consider this. Or maybe in this video, I'll look at this and this, or I'll consider this first. But let's look at this now. Factorization method. Factorize the following. 1. X squared 7x plus 10 equals 0. 2. A squared minus a minus 6 equals 0. 3. 2y squared minus 13y minus 15 equals 0. So here we have 3 questions that I would like to look into. And so I'm beginning with number 1, which says x squared 7x plus 10 is equals to 0. Here you have a question, x squared plus 7x plus 10 equals to 0. So there are 3 terms here and I want to factorize it. So in order to be successful in factorizing what I have here, I like to express it in 4 terms. And how do I achieve that? And so I use the first term to multiply the last term. And so that will give me 10x squared. Remember, the coefficient of x squared here is 1, and this is a constant. Okay? Remember, our general formula of quadratic is expressed this way for every days. So here, you can say it. A here is 1, B here is 7, and C here is what? Is 10. Okay? So, when we have something like this, the next thing is 2 numbers I can multiply that will give me 10x squared. When I add, that will give me the middle term. I repeat, product, 2 numbers, factors whose product gives this and whose sum gives this. And so I have to think, how else can I get 10? So I begin to troubleshoot. Then you can start testing. 1 times 10 gives 10. 1 plus 10 does not give 7. 2 times 5 gives 10. But 2 plus 5, does it give 7? Yes, it does. But what kind of 2 plus 5? Is it minus? Is it plus? So I know that the factors will be 2 and 5. So what do? I simply replace the middle term with these two factors. So I will have x squared 2x 5x plus 10 equals 0. What I've done is, I will ask myself, the middle term that replacing this, let me check it out. 2 times 5, 10. X times x, x squared. 2x plus 5x, 7x, exactly. Because whichever factor you're picking, the factor should be able to justify this and also justify this. It mustn't justify only one. It has to justify the two terms, the product and the sum. It is always like that, and it will always be like that. And so what do we do here? You just take them 2 by 2. Ask yourself what is common here. S is common, so we have this. What's common here? 5 is common, so you have this. And so our final answer here is x minus 2, and then we have x plus 5 equals 0. Therefore, our x plus 2 is 0, or our x plus 5 is 0. And so we have x equals to 2, or x equals to minus 5. This gives us our final answer. I'm sure it's pretty simple, right? Yeah, that's it. So in case you have any question, you're free to ask. We go to question number 2. In question number 2, it's a little bit dicey. Unlike the first one that was straightforward, this one we're having negative sign. So here we have a squared minus a minus 6 equals 0. And so I'm multiplying the first term with the last term, and it's giving me this. Then I'm going to ask a question. Two number I can multiply that will give me this. And when I add the two number, I'm going to have this. So here, let's begin to think over it together. So we'll think over it together, and then we'll conclude on what we think is the right one. So let's go. So we have minus 6 and plus 1, plus 6 and minus 1, minus 6 and minus 1, plus 6 and plus 1, minus 3 and plus 2, minus 3 and minus 2, then plus 3 and plus 2. So these are the various possibilities we can have. Now what do I mean here? I want to think of two numbers that when I multiply, I will have this, and when I add, I will have this. That's what I want to think of now. Okay, so let's go. The first thing here is minus 6 multiplied by plus 1. It gives me minus 6, right? Here. So it satisfies this. But minus 6 plus 1, what will it give me? It will give me minus 5. So it does not satisfy this. So this does not go. Number 2, plus times minus, it satisfies it. But plus 6 minus 5, this one gives me, look at it. This one will give me, okay, this does not go. This one will give me plus 5. This does not go either. Minus times minus, that's plus. So this automatically is cancelled because we are having minus here. Plus times plus, that's plus. This automatically is cancelled. So it does not go. We go to the next one. Let me come to this. Plus times plus, this one does not go. Minus times minus, this one does not go. There's another one I like to put here, and that is plus 3 and minus 2. Yes. So look at this now. Plus 3 times minus 2. Yes, that's minus 6. Then plus 3 minus 2. That's plus a, which is plus 1. Okay, but that's not what we are having there. So this one does not go. Which one then? It does fit into what we have. Obviously, it is this. How do I know? Watch now. Minus 3 times this, that's minus 6. Plus 3. Minus 3 plus 2, that's minus 1. Exactly what we need. Minus 6, minus 1 coefficient. Exactly what we need. And so, we have a squared minus 3a plus 2a minus 6 equals 0. I decided to take my time because I wouldn't want to do that in the other solving that will be coming shortly. So I took my time to explain that. Okay, so we have a squared minus 3a plus 2a minus 6 equals 0. So you take them again, 2 by 2. A is common, so you have a3 here. 2 is common here, so you have a3 equals 0. So we have a, pick this. And then we have a plus 2 equals to this. So my a equals to this 0, or a plus this equals 0. So a equals to 3, or a equals to minus 2. So that's what you have right there. Now, this is the final answer. So, I'm sure that is very, very simple. Now, that takes us to the last question. The last question says 2y squared 13y minus 15 equals 0. I will not waste time on this. I won't explain. This times this, that's minus 30y squared. Two number I can multiply. That will give me minus 30. And when I add, that will give me minus 15. Two number. I have to think of two number. So the two number obviously are minus 15 and plus 2. How do I know? Minus times plus, minus 15 times 2, that's 30. Y times y, that's y squared. Plus minus 15 plus 2 is what? Minus 13. So you can see that the factors are this and what? This. So you quickly come here and say 2y squared plus this minus 15y minus 15 equals 0. So as usual, close the bracket 2 by 2. 2y is common here. You have this plus 1. 15 is common here. You also have this way. What I mean is this times this is this. This times this is this. This times this is this. Minus times plus is minus. 15 times 1 is 15. And so I have this. And then I have 2y minus 15 equals 0. So this plus 1 equals to 0. Or 2y minus 15 equals 0. So my y therefore is 1. Or my 2y is 15. So to save time, we can say that y therefore is minus 1, or y is 15 over 2, which is 7 number 1 over 2. That's the end of the class. As you look at the class now, I'm sure everything is quite clear to you. But in case you're not clear with what I've done, or in case you have any question on what I have done, or in case there are areas that you need clarification, uh, I'll be glad to attend to your question. Kindly drop it in the comment section. And if you're just checking on the channel and you haven't subscribed, please do that right now. And don't forget to like, don't forget to share if you enjoy the teaching, and also share with your friends. God bless you. Bye.